back from the prayer. Okay, now so let's go back to our topic. So before we stop for the break for the praying, for the prayer, we were talking about the news, and we stopped here in the health part. We're talking about the health. When you talk about the health, new information about health, new news about health, and lots of things. Now let's go to the next section so we can know what's the next section, what's it talking about. Very nice. Technology. Like LG, Snapchat, Apple, and Samsung with focused G4. Now here we have a like piece of news talking about LG and Samsung and Apple. All of these are technological companies. Very nice. Apple is electronic companies like for electronics, like they actually have iPad, they have the cell phones, they have computers, laptops, and lots of things. So in technology, here I talk about the text, lots of things, new technology, new discovery in technology and everything. Now I have a video about technology.
J'ai terminé en électronique industrielle à Grenby en 2010. Je travaille maintenant chez LEVE Machines-Outils à Grenby, puis on est fabricant de machines-outils à commande numérique. C'est un emploi très motivant. Il faut comprendre que les projets durent en moyenne entre 1 et 2 années. Donc à la fin du projet, on est les derniers intervenants, on rend la machine pleinement fonctionnelle, puis on la remet au client. Donc à la fin d'une mise en route, la machine est opérationnelle, le client est satisfait, tout le monde est heureux du travail qui a été fait. C'est une grande fierté pour tous ceux qui ont travaillé sur le projet.
Les cours que je donne en électronique industrielle sont des cours justement d'initiation à l'informatique, l'initiation à la profession, des cours d'électronique de base, des cours d'automatisme et de robotique. Je trouve que vu qu'on n'est pas un grand groupe, on a la chance d'avoir du temps avec les professeurs. Et puis, je pense qu'à ce niveau-là, ils s'impliquent beaucoup. Les techniciens en électronique industrielle sont des techniciens qui vont sur le marché du travail trouver des emplois autant dans la fabrication, assemblage de boîtiers, l'automatisation et la robotique. Donc des techniciens de maintenance qui vont supporter les lignes de production à l'intérieur de l'entreprise.
Oui, ma formation en électronique industrielle m'a donné une très bonne base. C'est sûr que je suis dans un domaine assez spécialisé ici chez LEVE Machines. C'est pas une compagnie qui fait quelque chose de très répandu au Québec. Mais la formation au cégep de Grenby m'a vraiment donné de bonnes bases, de bons outils pour après ça me perfectionner ici en cours de route.
Beaucoup de travail d'équipe, beaucoup d'amusement. Pas de tuerie, t'as du fun.
So these were examples for technology, one of them in French, one of them in English. So the French one was English subtitles and the English one was like talking about like this new camera, this new technology. So that's an example for technological news, okay? Let's go next. After news we have something else, science. Now science is important. Science, like the discoveries about science, the new things, the new species that they actually have discovered about like animals or other things. Like for example that like headline here, Ocean's Hidden World of Plankton reveal, okay, Ocean's Hidden World of Plankton revealed in an enormous database. So here, the Ocean's Hidden World of Plankton. Plankton, that's like the smallest thing of like, you can say, smallest being, smallest thing ever in the news, and I'm supposed to say under the ocean. Okay, so we have here something English subtitled about the news, about the science. Let's go through it. Okay, we got it. This is how we talk about scientific things. Like here she was talking about scientific facts about vegetables, fruits, something like that. Maybe we can actually like have other videos about science can clarify the whole thing for us. Maybe we can Google some, open YouTube, find scientific news, scientific videos about the news. Okay, like for example the quantum computing. Okay, so all of them are like somehow, you know, you can say scientific things, like very deep scientific things. We actually like, it's hard for us to actually understand. This is an easy one to understand, common facts about science.
Science news, America doesn't know things.
Especially not science things.
Well, you guys are probably okay.
Hey everyone, Lacey and Anthony here for D News. It may have been controversial in the 1500s, but today it's a well-known fact. The sun does not revolve around the earth revolves around the sun.
Well, it's a kind of a well-known fact. The latest study released by the National Science Foundation has found that 1 in 4 Americans are apparently still living in the 1400s and think that the Earth is at the center of the solar system.
And before our European buddies tried to rub it in our face, your lot did even worse. In the European Union, 1 in 3 said that the Earth is at the center of the solar system.
And you also put mayonnaise on your French fries.
Yeah, that's weird and wrong. The NSF study also found that even fewer Americans, only 48%, knew that humans evolved out of other species.
Right. Lacey, didn't you know that all animals were just kind of plopped onto the Earth in their current form 6,000 years ago?
Okay, yeah, we're looking at you, Ken Ham.
Another recent study from the Pew Research Center looked at graduating high schoolers and found that less than half would put their finger on the C word that causes climate change. It's the other C. There's a pause there that, boy.
Yeah, carbon, actually. We're talking about carbon.
You gotta watch your pauses.
Yeah.
They also didn't know what the most abundant element in the atmosphere is.
Nitrogen.
Or that bacteria resistance is a thing.
It's a thing. The best part of the whole study is that only 1 in 3 participants think that science education should get more funding.
That's a conclusion. You could come to that conclusion.
I don't know how, but I guess you could. So hey, you know what we should do?
What?
We should get people around the office the survey questions and see how they do.
Lacey, you're talking about potentially embarrassing our friends and coworkers in front of the entire internet.
Yeah, that's correct.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like you.
I knew you'd be into that.
Hey, Terlong.
Hey, Anthony.
Are you ready to answer some science questions?
Sure.
Okay. Question number 1. If I were to ask you if the Earth revolves around the sun or the sun revolves around the Earth, which would you say would be true?
Is that a serious question?
Obviously, the Earth revolves around the sun.
Oh, well, according to science, we and me, we go around the sun.
We go around the sun. Very good.
It's probably more likely that the Earth would revolve around the sun.
Yeah.
The Earth revolves around the sun.
Ding, ding, ding. She's got it right. Question number 2. True or false? Human beings are developed from earlier species of animals.
True.
True, bro.
True.
Was there a pre-human thing that humans came from?
Yes.
Okay. And then my final question is, what do you think is the most abundant element in Earth's atmosphere?
Carbon?
Abundantasium.
Whippets, nitrogen.
Did I win? What do I get?
Yeah, you get this mug that came from your own desk. Oh, that was fun. Pretty smart office space.
Yeah.
I feel good about us. Thanks for joining us for D-News, folks.
We're going to put a link to the interactive quiz with the questions so you can test your own knowledge. Tell us how you did down below, and we'll see you next time.
That's example for science. That's how we actually talk about science. Now let's go next. Weather. Weather report. Weather report talks about the climate change. Climate change, is it going to be hot? Is it going to be cold? Is it going to snow, rain, and all of these things? So all of the climate change that's related to weather report. Like for example, that headline here, we have heavy rain lashes southern China. Heavy rain lashes southern China, that means they will have heavy rain. Let's take like 1 minute weather report and get to understand what.
Hi there, good afternoon. For Scotland and Northern Ireland, today is going to be fairly cloudy, cool, with some outbreaks of rain. But for the bulk of England and Wales, the main story is again the hot and the sunny weather. Now, in the far north of England, we'll start to see a bit of hazy sunshine coming through with some higher cloud pushing its way through. Maybe some patchy rain in Cumbria by the end of today. But down towards Manchester, Birmingham, temperatures widely up into the high 20s, 29 degrees the high in London. We could well break the October record in the southeast. Temperatures here could just be above 29.4 degrees Celsius. For the southwest of England, again, hot and sunny here. If it's something a little bit cooler you're after, head towards the coast. Here temperatures will be about 23, 24 degrees Celsius. Lots of sunshine across Wales. Thickening cloud in the far northwest of Wales and into Northern Ireland and Scotland. Here we can see this band of rain here turning quite heavy, especially in the southeast of Northern Ireland during this afternoon. Some heavier pulses of rain pushing its way northward. Now, through this evening, that rain will gradually sink its way slowly southward into the far north of England, northwest Wales. Some clear skies, though, developing in Scotland. Temperatures overnight 8 to 12 degrees Celsius. But for the bulk of England and Wales, clear skies, some patchy mist and fog, and temperatures staying at about 15 or 16 degrees. Now on into Sunday, this area of rain really will stick itself in the far north of England, northwest Wales, gradually pushing its way northward again into Scotland. Further southeast, it's going to be another hot day during Sunday afternoon. Again, temperatures could well reach 29 degrees Celsius. And through the evening, this band of rain will continue to sink its way slowly southward. It will break up as it does so, but it's introducing more cloud across the southeast of England. Meanwhile, another weather front pushing some outbreaks of rain into the far west of Scotland, and temperatures overnight about 12 to 16 degrees. But as we head into Monday and for the rest of next week, things will become much cooler in the southern areas. For all of us, there'll be some cloud and possibly some outbreaks of rain. Bye-bye.
Okay, and that was an example for weather report. Okay, now let's go next and let's see what's the next section in the news. Next section in the news is entertainment. Entertainment, like for example, Steve McQueen's life in the Fast Lane on film. Okay, Steve McQueen. You know who Steve McQueen is? He's like a car driver. Very nice. Now, so entertainment can be like lots of things. Can be about actors, actresses, can be talking about movies, can be talking about songs and lots of things. Now, so that's something about like, that's a report.
AJ tweets, will Looper get a sequel?
Looper always makes me sad when I think about Looper, because, you know, one of the things that film fans, one of the things we always cry out for is, give us more original films. And then when original films come out and people don't go to see it. Looper is so good. Rian Johnson did such a great job on that movie. It's innovative. It's creative. Terrific performances by Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis. Like, when I heard that Gordon-Levitt was going to play a younger version of Willis, I thought that's going to look stupid. They figured out a way to
did a great job.
Totally make it work. But if you've seen the film, and this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, but tough crap. The movie has been out for 3 years. You've had plenty of chances to see it. But warning, a little bit of a spoiler here. They die at the end. I mean, the whole premise, one of the big draws to Looper was the fact that it's Bruce Willis, it's, you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, they're playing the same guy, blah, blah, and now that's gone. And only, I think domestically, it only made like $66 million, which it deserved to be $100+ million film North American wise. But I think worldwide it pulled in like 160, 170 million on like a $30 million budget. It was profitable, but it's not a film that was made to have a sequel. And you couldn't market this film if you do a sequel with it the way things stand. So personally, I don't think, and Rian Johnson's a little busy now these days.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to see it coming. I don't know. How do you see? Do you think we can see another Looper?
I think the brand name Looper actually holds more weight than you do. I think that because even if it wasn't a huge success domestically, I think that people are aware of the film and how cool and innovative it was. That's the movie that I'd want to see, is not necessarily bringing back any of the stars of the original film, but that technology, the way that they did time travel was so well executed in here that I'd like to see another story told with those mechanisms. I don't know that it'll happen. And again, sometimes I just like the one movie and then that's it, and you just drop the mic and walk off. But
I follow that sentiment. I think one and done is Looper, but add that S, Loopers, just like Aliens, then you have a whole new universe. That kind of, I love the world that Johnson wrote about and created with all those like time jumping assassins and just who was that creepy guy who could control space and time. It was like that kid, but then they fixed him, or didn't they? Or is there an alternate dimension where that kid became evil and then fought himself?
In this world.
Yeah, so it's
basically
one of those things where like Loopers, or if they ever wanted to do something on a slightly lower budget, I'd be all for it, and I would totally love to go back into that world that they created. And shame on you if you didn't see it in the theater, because it's like, it is that type of thing where we always want new films, and people constantly complain about, oh, how come there's a number 4 or number 5 of the same stupid sequel? It's like, well, Looper would have had a sequel if it was super successful. But that's the case in a lot of films. Some films are just films as a one shot. But then if they're really successful years later, look at Mad Max, 30 years later. Now we have an incredible sequel that we can all enjoy. So you never know.
That was like a kind of a news about entertainment. So that's about entertainment. Let's go next. For the next section, lifestyle. Lifestyle is talking about like magazines, fashion, makeup, not things related to girls, things related to normal people. Like for example, this headline. Dangerous trend. 70% people use smartphones while driving. Lots of people use smartphones while they are driving the car. So that's an important thing. That's the wrong thing to do. So these are the kind of news of lifestyle. Also, we have like a part of a lifestyle news.
Som jag lägger energi och tid på mode. Paris för mig är mode. Det känns som att det är forumet och kärnan till allt mode.
He is from Turkey, I believe.
Så er der endelig forår i luften, og Anne-Mette fra Tjæle havde sat en håndfuld skønne unger stævne for at vise de sidste fashion news på børnesiden. Og med konfirmationstiden i vente, så lad os lige høre, hvad man fokuserer på denne sæson, når man køber ind til de unge fyre.
Sorry, this thing is crazy. When I put up, the video plays another video. I don't know. Anyway, so I guess you understand like what's the lifestyle. No more videos because that thing is going crazy. So now, so that's the lifestyle. Let's go for the next thing. Next thing is about sports. Team playing like something like football match. Someone wins. Someone won. Someone lost. Someone was defeated. Something like that. So that's like the sport. Okay, like for example, that headline. Okay, Sterling will stay at Liverpool. So Liverpool, that's a team in England. Okay, and Sterling, that's a player. So football player. So that soccer player is going to stay in that like theme, so that's a headline. So that's an example for a headline. Let's go next. Travel. Okay. Now, gentrification, London's most happening neighborhoods. Okay, so like if you want to travel to another place outside the country, anywhere, so like you will actually have like lots of news about traveling, places to travel to, and different actually trips to go to. Go next to local news. Now, local news, that's one of the most important parts in a newspaper. Now, why? Because if we're talking about the local news here, so if it was in the paper or a TV or something like that, so I'm talking about what the region itself, the place I'm sitting in, like that's the local news. So the place like I'm having like something with, like the place that I live in. For example, if I live in Riyadh, for example, so the local news are going to be about Riyadh, okay? So that's the idea. So, for example, that's a headline. Man pretended to be a cleaner so he could steal cash from staff lockers at Newport railway station. Okay, so he pretended to be a cleaner, like janitor, to clean the floor or something like that, so he can steal. So that's some of the local news, okay? Very nice. Let's go next. World news. So, held to ransom in Thailand. For example, if we're talking about the news from Thailand, okay, the plight of smuggled people. The plight of smuggled people. Now, in Thailand, they have this problem. They have lots of people are being smuggled around the country and other things. So, if we're going to talk about this, so that's the world news, something worldwide, okay, we talk about. I guess this video about the world news doesn't have a problem, so let's play. Okay, thank God it's working properly. Okay, so that was 1 minute news about world news. So these are, now I guess you understand like what are the sections of the news. So all of these are sections of the news. So all of them are different. All of them like they have different things inside. You have entertainment, world, local, and lots of things. And also sometimes they have subcategories. Like for example, the local I have crime. The local I have like an entertainment. I have art. I have celebrities and different people. Other things. Okay. Let's continue. So headlines. So this word is important. So all of these are headlines. So that's a headline. That's a headline. That's a headline. So all of these are headlines. Headlines are like the news thing, like the things in bold that like is catchy and you would read the news because of that thing. That's a headline. Okay, let's go next. Tenses. Now what do we see here? Simple present, Hawaii hopes to attract more business travelers. Present continuous, Jasper is recovering from last week's storm. Simple past, Mars had a large lake billion of years ago. Past continuous, Jason was playing songs all the night. Present perfect, Cafe Bella has opened in Bella. Future with Will, the Winter Olympics will begin next Monday. Let's read them again. Hawaii hopes to attract more business travelers. Jasper is recovering from last week's storm. Mars had a large lake billion of years ago. Jason was playing songs all the night. Cafe Bella has opened in Bella. The Winter Olympics will begin next Monday. So these are examples for like tenses. Now, this is the recap I was talking about. We recap the whole actually set of tenses because we're about to finish this course. So we need to recap the whole tenses so we cover up what we have missed or we forgot or something like that. So let's take them by order. Let's start by the simple present. Now what did we say about the simple present? Yes, we said about the simple present is for facts or habits. So let's try to explain it here. Simple present. Now, simple present, as we agreed before, it talks about one of two things. Facts and habits. Facts and habits. Now, what's the difference? Facts are things I can't change. Like, for example, I say this. Sun The sun rises every day. Sun rises every day. When I heat water, it boils. When I I'm an instructor. I'm an instructor. The sun rises every day. When I heat water, it boils. So what are these? All of these are facts. Things I cannot change. Like, for example, I'm an instructor. That's the fact about me. The sun rises every day, so I cannot stop it from rising. When I heat water, it boils. That's a fact about scientific facts. Okay, so scientific facts or facts about people, both of them I use simple present. And that means I use the basic form of the verb with adding s with he, she, it. Meaning, if I'm going to add a sentence here and I say it like this. He, very nice, plays, or he plays football every week. He plays football every week. So that's the thing. So here when I say he plays football every week, so I'm talking about what? A habit. Very nice. And with he, she, it, we said that the present, we put it in the base form with adding s to it. Very nice. Sometimes we add s, sometimes we add es. So we talk about es. Es has some letters we have discussed before. So he plays football every day, or I go to work. I go to work every day. I go to work every day. I walk to work every day. So all of these are habits. So if we're trying here to manage this thing on the timeline, so find it like this. That's my timeline. That's the future. That's the present. That's the past. Okay? Now let's write them. We have past, future, present. Okay? So if we're talking about this action here, so if we're talking about this action here, this action, so this action here, yes, it's happening here. It's going to happen here again, and here again. It's what? A habit. In the same time, every day, every week, after a specific time. Okay? So that's the simple present. Now let's go for next. Okay? Let's go for next. Present continuous. Or progressive. Present continuous or present progressive. Progressive or continuous. So continuous here is talking about one of two things. Now let's give an example so we can explain on the example. He's cooking. Where is he? He's cooking in the kitchen. Where is he? He's cooking in the kitchen. So what do we understand here? He's cooking in the kitchen. So I'm talking about what? Very nice. I'm talking about now. So the first thing about this, so it talks about now. Okay, so let's put it on a timeline.